I'm Harrison Graham.
And I'm Chase Sr. We started a brand new show here at Chat Sports. It's called Any Given Thursday. We go live every single Thursday, 5 o'clock Eastern, 2 o'clock Pacific.
So make sure you guys subscribe to the channel and enjoy this video because this show first aired on that live show on Chat Sports. So sit back and enjoy the show. Let's make some picks against the spread. NFL Week 4 of the season is here, and you are watching Any Given Thursday. Harrison Graham and Chase Sr. Rolling along with you. Chase, man, we're really struggling. We're really struggling here. But hopefully we bounce back this week.
You know what's a shame is last year I made a lot of money betting on football games. I was hitting at about a 60% clip.
Very good.
And in week 1, I go 4-1. I'm like, yo, I'm running it back here in 2021. After that, 2 consecutive weeks of going 0 for 5. For those keeping score at home, that's 10 straight losses. But it's coming to an end this week, I guarantee.
We're going 5-0, so stay tuned for our picks.
That's why it's gambling.
Here
right?
are the Chat Sports standing. Exactly. It's not guaranteed. Tom Downey's hot. He hit a 5-team parlay, hit all his picks. He's 11-4. Thomas Mott fell back a little bit. He's 8-6-1. Matthew Peterson, Jeremy Chuggs is 8-7. James Yoder, Brett Scott, they're both 7-8. Marshall Green, Mitchell Renz, and R.C. Maxfield sitting at 6-9. These are all against the spread, by the way. Jack Lauderay, our producer, he's 5-10. So is betting gambler extraordinaire Sam Brown. Trace Gerard is 5-10. Chase is 4-11. Jeffrey is 3-12. And folks, you can't make this up how bad I've been. You can't go 1-14 if you try to against the spread. You really can't. I would argue it's just as easy to go 1-14 as it is to go 14-1. But we're turning it around. We're going 5-0 this week. But we got to make fun of Chase first. Make fun of Chase for going 0-5 last weekend. Type the LOLs.
Hey, for those of you watching on our live show, you saw me get punched in the face just a few moments ago by my boss. For those of you watching after the fact, you missed it, but I took a punch to the face from my boss because of my 0-5 record last week. So while my record sucks, I'm paying the consequences.
Hey, and hopefully we're paying ourselves back with some wins with BetUS this weekend. Let's go. Here's my picks of the week, and then we'll get to Chase's. I told myself I would not bet the Chiefs again. But then I saw they were only 7-point favorites at the Eagles, and that defense is struggling. Kansas City has lost 2 games in a row. You have to win this game if you're the Chiefs because the AFC West is stacked this year. I like the Chiefs big at this one. Rams -4.5 against Arizona. Arizona has looked good, but they've kind of farted around a little bit. This will easily be their toughest matchup yet. I think at home, I like the Rams -4.5. I could see them winning this by a touchdown, maybe even 10 points. I don't know how I'm feeling about this one the more I've thought about it, but I'm going Dallas -4.5 against Carolina. Logic would tell you less time to prepare. Monday Night Football compared to Carolina on Thursday night. Carolina's 3-0. Good defense. But Kellen Moore and Dak Prescott are putting on a clinic right now. I think they put up a bunch of points in this one and cover that one. I love the over in the Giants-Saints game. The Saints are going to come out firing. Even if the Giants don't score a ton, I could see New Orleans scoring 30+, and if they do, I think that over 42 hits pretty easily. And then Ravens -1 at Denver. Basically a pick 'em. Lamar's a little banged up still, but he's playing pretty well this year. Denver's 3-0, but they have had some just horrible competition. I think they fall back to earth here. I like the Ravens -1 on Sunday.
All right, let's get to my picks. And when you gamble, you always look for edges. And when you've lost 10 straight, you're looking for any edge out there. So I'm taking Carolina +4.5 against Dallas. Now, on paper, you might look at the Cowboys loaded with star talent and say, Cowboys are going to roll. They've looked really good in each of their games so far this year, and they have. But coming off a short, emotional, dominant victory on Monday night against the Philadelphia Eagles, NFC East matchup. They're taking on the Panthers on a short week. Panthers are also undefeated. They're very well coached, and they played last Thursday coming off extra rest. So Dallas, they kind of got shafted a little bit by the schedule makers.
Brutal scheduling.
Short week against an undefeated and very good Panthers team that is very good defensively. I think the Panthers defense going to give the Cowboys a test they haven't seen yet so far this year. Washington last week against the Buffalo Bills. I had taken them at +7.5. I got killed because Taylor Heineke, the Washington offense, they looked abysmal. And The Washington defensive front, led by Chase Young, Montez Sweat, I thought it was going to be one of the better defensive fronts across the National Football League. And because of that, I thought Washington, with a defensive-oriented head coach in Ron Rivera, was going to be one of the best defensive units in the league. That has not happened yet. But after getting embarrassed, I think they return to kind of how they played at the end of last year. That defense gets it together, and they have a win against a bad Falcons team coming off their first win of the year, against the New York Giants. Everybody is gassing Baltimore. Baltimore back-to-back road games. They escape with a 66-yard field goal from Justin Tucker against the Lions last week on the road. They go back to Baltimore, then they fly back out to Denver. Denver's a really tough place to play, and that defense has been flying around the field. I think that offense is very explosive, so I like the Broncos +1. That's been a sharp bet that's popular among professional bettors. Vikings +2 at home against Cleveland. Everybody is also gassing the Browns, but the Vikings at home under Mike Zimmer have been a very good team. I think the value there is excellent. And I'm not counting on Jameis Winston to cover as a 7.5-point favorite. I think the Saints win because I think the Giants suck, and I think Joe Judge is probably going to get fired at some point soon. And that offense sucks under Jason Garrett. But Daniel Jones against the spread on the road, he's like 10-4, 10-5 on the road against the spread. At home, he's like 4-10. So I like the Giants to cover it at +7.5.
So we'll see if Chase and I bounce back this week.
I'm feeling good, baby.
We're going 5-0.
I'm feeling
Book
good.
it, maybe. Do you bet on sports? Type Y for yes. Type N for no. If you don't, you should. If you do, type Y for yes. Either way, get going with BetUS. Chase is going to tell you what deal we've got for you guys.
Myself and Harrison, we've been killing it betting on some of these college games. We're on the comeback trail on the NFL games. And where have we been going to lay down our bets? BetUS. Why is that? Because they have a 125% deposit bonus for all of you if you use that link, chatsports.com/bet, and that promo code chat125. So when you use that link and that promo code and you put $100 into your account, you get an additional $125 back. That's $225 to game with. Get hooked up with our sportsbook partner, BetUS, chatsports.com/bet. Enter that promo code chat125.
All right, we welcome in our producer, Jack Lottaray. And Jack, if you're mic'd up and ready to go, you're 5-10. You're kind of a beginner, and you've gotten going with BetUS on sports gambling.
Yep.
You're having a lot of fun with it. Take us through your picks this week.
All right, let's take a look. Am I really confident? No, but we're going to go with it anyway.
Very eloquent there.
Gaston Browns -1. I trust Baker Mayfield. Let's do it. Like I said, New England, Tampa Bay, taking the Bucks, -7. Love the Patriots, but I trust Tom Brady.
Check out that hat.
Yeah,
Hey.
rocking the ball. Oh,
There we
Red
go.
Sox struggling.
Going against your
Hey.
heart.
We won't talk about
Hey,
that.
they won
Red
last
Sox
night.
gonna choke too.
They won last night. They won. Las Vegas, Chargers, under. Love this. Gassing that. Ravens -1. Is Lamar Jackson 100%? Probably not. Probably shouldn't have flipped into the end zone, but I'm still going to take them -1. Packers -7. I think that game's going to be a blowout. Don't trust Pittsburgh at all, so I'm taking the -7.
I might put some money on that game. All right, there's producer Jack's picks. We'll see how he ends up faring this upcoming week. Chase, go ahead and take us through Tom's.
Well, here's our leader in the clubhouse, Tom Downey. He has the Browns -2 against the Vikings on the road. Washington on the road, -1 against the Falcons. The Ravens-Denver game is kind of a pick-em. Now the Ravens are favored by 1 as we record this
You
during
got
any
it at a
given
pick 'em.
Thursday. On Thursday, Chargers 3.5-point favorites against the Las Vegas and the Eagles are getting 7 at -7.
Okay, Thomas Mott, who's above 500, he likes the Chiefs as well. I got it -7. He got it -7.5 against Philadelphia. Lions +4 at Chicago. Not sure when he got it at +4, but we'll let him get away with that, I guess. Colts +3 at Miami. That's a weird game. I'm not touching that game. Giants +7.5 at New Orleans. Emotional crowd for the Saints. How will those players react? We'll see. And then ATL and Washington, the under 48.5. Those are Thomas's picks.
Producer Jeremy Beedling, in case you missed it, about an hour ago, he already chugged a beer at 4:40
Stay tuned.
Central. At 5:40 Central, he'll be chugging another beer. Here's his record, 8-7. Here are his picks. Texans getting 17 against Buffalo. Washington 1-point favorites against Atlanta. He likes the Vikings +2, Ravens +1, and the over in that Giants-New Orleans game at 43.
The jokester himself, Matthew Peterson, Browns -2 at Minnesota. Cardinals +5 at the Rams. He likes the over in the Tennessee Jets game. I just don't know how the Jets are going to find points. Baltimore, Denver under in that one. I could maybe see that. Chargers -3.5 against the Las Vegas Raiders. We'll keep it rolling with the rest of the office shortly. But if you like sports gambling, if you want to keep tabs on our picks, some insider tricks, or if you just want to fade me and Chase every week, subscribe, and we'll have our picks right here on the channel every single week. YouTube.com/ChatSportsTV. We go live for any given Thursday, every Thursday at 5 o'clock Eastern, 2 o'clock Pacific. So do not miss our show or any of our other videos here at Chat Sports.
The Boss Dog, Brett Scott, sitting at 7-8 this year. Giants +7.5. I like that too. The under in KC Philly at 54.5. The over for Baltimore Denver at 45.5. Packers -7, and then the under for Raiders Chargers at 52.5.
CEO man James Yoder, Lions +2.5 against Chicago. Bills -16.5. He's taking that big spread. That's interesting. Cardinals +4.5. The under in the Detroit-Chicago game, and then Patriots +7.5. That's a tough game, man, with the Tom Brady emotions. I'm steering clear right there.
Peep the record for Mitchell Wren, 6-9,
Very
69. Nice. I like it. Buccaneers 7-point favorites against the Patriots. He likes that. He likes a couple of overs. Over for Arizona Rams, over for KC Philadelphia, the under for Detroit Chicago, and then Raiders. No surprise because he hosts the Raiders Report, +3.5 against the Chargers.
Absolutely no bias whatsoever on that pick. Marshall Green, who's also 6-9. He likes Washington -1 at Atlanta. He's picking his G-men +7.5. Might be an emotional pick there. Chargers -3.5 against Las Vegas. Ravens -1 at Denver. Chiefs -7.5 at Philadelphia. Marshall Green is in here. He says the Saints will win, but he thinks the Giants will cover and break his hearts once again.
During this betting segment, we're pretty much talking about every team in the National Football League. So with that, this is what I want you to do. Get into the comment section, shout out your favorite team, and show some loyalty to your squad. Let's get the RC Maxfield's picks also at 6-9 on the year. We got a bunch of 69ers in the office.
If you're not 15-0, you might as well be 6-9.
Exactly right. Browns -2, Bucks -7, over for Carolina, Dallas at 50.5. I don't like that because Carolina's defense is good. Packers -7 against the Steelers, Rams -4.5 against the Cardinals.
Keep going, I guess. All right, Sam Brown, a little graphical miscue there. Cleveland, Minnesota, over 51.5. Washington, over Atlanta. That's basically a pick 'em. The over, people are picking this over in this Jets game. Am I missing something? I just don't know.
44 is a low number.
The Jets can't score, man. They're brutal. Chiefs
-7
per game at Philadelphia. That's been a popular one. And then Chargers -3.5.
Trace Gerard, Woo Pig, Browns -2, Saints -7.5, under for Atlanta, Washington at 48.5, Ravens -1, Chiefs touchdown and a half favorites.
You've done it again, Jack. Jeffrey Cooperstein at 3-12. Only I'm worse at 1-14. It's just unbelievable. Lions +2.5, Browns -2, Pack -7. Houston, Buffalo over 47, and then the Tampa Bay Buccaneers going to New England -7. He's taking the Bucs to win and to cover. So those are all of our picks here at Chat Sports this week, and I appreciate you guys for staying tuned. We're going to do this every single week here at Chat Sports.